Some people don't hurt you themselves. They wait for life to do it and quietly enjoy watching. If you've ever felt that silence, that calm reaction to your pain, this is for you. There's a moment that feels wrong, but most people ignore it. You're struggling. You finally open up, and the person listening doesn't interrupt. They don't rush to help. They don't soften. They stay calm, too calm. And somewhere inside you feel it. Your pain isn't disturbing them, it's settling them. Psychology tells us this reaction isn't random. For some people, watching others suffer creates emotional balance. Your failure calms them. Your loss reassures them. Your pain makes their life feel lighter. Not happiness, not joy, just relief. And that relief is dangerous. But relief comes from somewhere. So psychology asks the darker question, why does someone need your pain to feel okay? At the core of this behavior is not strength, it's emptiness. People who enjoy others' pain often lack something quiet but essential, a stable sense of self. They don't feel whole alone. They don't feel grounded without comparison. So they measure themselves against suffering. If someone else is breaking, then they must be surviving. Your pain becomes proof that they're not the weakest person in the room. And for a moment, that comparison feels like stability. They're not healed, they're distracted. And your suffering becomes emotional currency. They never admit they're spending. But emptiness alone doesn't explain everything. Because for some people, your pain doesn't just comfort them, it empowers them. There's a shift that happens when they sense your vulnerability. They speak slower, they listen longer, they feel steadier. Not because they helped you, but because you're beneath them emotionally in that moment. Psychology calls this dominance without effort. They didn't improve themselves. They didn't grow. They didn't heal. They just watched you fall. This is why they prefer silence over support, politeness over honesty, distance over clarity, because power feels strongest when it doesn't look like power at all. And the moment you begin to heal, to stabilize, to no longer need them, their control fades and something darker replaces it. Because this reaction didn't start with you, it started long before. For many of these people, pain wasn't a moment. It was an environment. They grew up unheard, unprotected, emotionally dismissed. Pain wasn't discussed, it was endured. And when no one comes to soothe you, empathy doesn't fully develop. Numbness does. The mind learns a rule. Pain is normal. Pain is expected. Pain must be carried alone. So when they see others suffer, they don't feel alarm. They feel familiarity. Your breakdown mirrors their past. But this time, they're not powerless. Unhealed pain doesn't disappear. It looks for somewhere to go. And sometimes, it lands inside someone else. But these people don't look cruel. They look normal. You don't recognize them by violence. You recognize them by patterns. They disappear when you need support. They minimize your pain. They mock failure and envy growth. They grow uncomfortable when you heal. They don't attack. They observe. They call it honesty. They call it realism. They call it being strong. But what they're really avoiding is empathy. Because empathy would force them to feel what they buried. Here's the truth. Most people never say out loud. Not everyone who witnesses your pain is neutral. Some people are being fed by it. And the moment you stop giving them access, the moment you heal quietly, the moment you protect your vulnerability, their power disappears. Awareness isn't paranoia, it's protection. And now you see it.